Hey, how y'all doing out there? We are at Nut Tree Airport, and the old Wingnut is your pilot in command. We are looking across from the end of runway 20 at the factory for Icon, and I just read, I was catching up on this. This all started with my flight from Beale Air Force Base to Lakeport. Then I come over Berryessa, and I remembered that two employees in one of these machines, the A5, um, perished at Lake Berryessa, which is just a few minutes north of here. But this is a factory, and the airplanes would come out here. I think they had a program where the I think he was head engineer, and he had been, of course, flying the airplane a lot, and had taken an employee for a little ride. What the heck, the guy's working on the line or wherever he's working, and be fun to fly in the product you're producing. I don't know the exact circumstances there, but here's up here is where you used to go in and catch the little train. They had a little train with a little engine, maybe a 100 horsepower engine, pulling cars that would carry four to six passengers around to the restaurant, which was out on Highway 80 over here. So I've been to Nut Tree many times, being in the airplane business in California. It was a fun place to go. I'm sure they still have a restaurant there. I'm not sure the train is running. Icon is still here, but I see where in April they filed for bankruptcy. They want to sell the company. So I also mentioned in a previous flight that they had facilities in Mexico where they were manufacturing, and that happened maybe a year or so ago. And how much they were manufacturing, whether they were still assembling the airplane here, they just manufacture the parts down there and do the assembly work in this plant here. But it ideal area, great weather, and nearby reservoir, Lake Berryessa. Lots of lakes around, and also the Delta, California Delta, 1,000 miles of waterways to the east of here. I used to have a boat over there. I came by to see if they wanted to hire me. I think I'm a little old and long in the tooth, but I didn't even, I was offering my boat that they could fly over, and I could have a picnic ready, meet them somewhere on the Delta, like you might do with friends. If you had an airplane like this, you'd meet somebody with a boat somewhere, the same place, enjoy breaking bread. So let's get going. We're going up to Lake Berryessa, and we're going to just look at the location, the Portuguese Cove, I think it was called. And I know the little arm there, and they said it was a box canyon where they entered it probably mistakenly. They called it pilot error, and the NTSB looked at the accident. So anyway, they are little airplanes which are fun to fly close to the ground, and that's one of the drawbacks. So here we go. Let the brake off. Get in behind the here. And this will take off almost by itself here. There's it's in the green. It's already off the ground. Gear up, flaps up, and we'll start our turn. We'll look down at the famous Nut Tree Airport. I can't see out to Highway 80, but the restaurant would be out in there. We're almost flying over the factory. Let's look down and see if we see any. Well, we don't want to stall and crash here. No, I don't think that's the down here. That would be the building where I went. That I believe is Icon Aircraft right there. And so they have access to the runway. That's what you need if you're building airplanes. And we're not nearing the stall speed. Do I have the flaps up? Yep, flaps are up. And we'll go almost directly north. Let's look where we're going here. So we could use this little job here. Actually, we don't need to do that. All we need to do is bring in the chart. I believe we're heading toward the lake. That's my previous trail to. We'll go out here, and we'll see we're flying up to this lake. So what we're going to do, it's this little arm right here, and that we'll bring it in closer. So this is Portuguese. I believe the accident occurred right up in there, and they think the pilot thought they were maybe entering this little area here to fly out to the lake. Of course, they don't know what was on his mind. He probably didn't have a flight plan. It's hard to read the mind of somebody who's no longer with us. I'm not trying to be funny. I do occasionally try to be funny. So let's go back out, and here we are, and we can see our little airplane here. We'll just go left here a little bit more. We might be able to see the inlet. I think that's right just to our right here that leads to the lake. So this looks like the outlet right here, a little stream. Let's go. Let's just fly right in there. We level off here. See what altitude we're flying at. We'll take this off. And our altitude is 2,500 feet. We're going 100 miles an hour. Bring the power back a little bit. And let's go outside. We'll get back on the tail. There we go. And we can look back at from whence we came. Looking down here, the Delta, Sacramento Delta, is out over in this area. It goes from probably right here at Antioch, which is east of Mount Diablo, and Concord. And that comes out in there. The Sacramento River comes south, flows out to San Francisco. So anyway, we're going to stay down here at 2,000 feet. And this is the North Sacramento Valley going up this way. You can't quite see the Sutter Buttes, but they're over in there. And yeah, this is that part of the lake. I'll show you where we are again. So we can go back out a little bit. So we're going to fly right in here where the river comes out. You can see the dam, where they dam the lake. We'll fly back in here, and we'll just have to guess at what happened, why he flew up there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to land, and it's always hindsight, is so great, but using hindsight at this doesn't help those that are no longer with us. It might help those that are flying now not to make a mistake like this. And we've all made the mistakes. And I'm no different than anyone else. But I'm very lucky to still be here talking about it. We won't talk about my mistakes today. But with knowledge of this, I don't know how often he'd flown over here, but this is the logical place for an amphibian to go on a demonstration flight. It's a beautiful, beautiful lake, and if you want to not have large water, one thing about the delta is finding an area where you're going to find flat water. That's easy to find in the delta, but finding the flat water where you're not going to get mixed up with the boaters. So here we're flying. Here's the lake. We'll see the dam here in a minute. Let's move the sun over so we don't have sun in our eyes. Let's go earlier in the day, and then you can, like any picture, you want to have the light behind you. So now you can see the dam, and we're going to fly down. And this is the fun about and I know this area here, so we don't need to keep that in. I like to give you the pictures to see what it would be like to be in an aircraft like this flying around. And you can see if I flew up that canyon right there, I'm not sure I can climb out of there. I've got a running start. I'm going 80 miles an hour, so there's a good chance that I would fly. But the best thing for pilots is not to get into that situation to start with. So let's see what happened. So he's flying along, and possibly he comes in here like this, and of course he has airspeed working for him. So the question is, how fast does see, if I've flown this, I definitely want to know how quickly will this machine stop. And we could be flying into a canyon here. And let's look to the side. None of these canyons. But again, this is what's so much fun about this airplane. Is you can fly low. You can cut if you said, hey, let's have a picnic over on that beach over to the right. It's got a lot of sun on it, and let's just land and go right over here and have our picnic, or go in this little cove here. I think there's good fishing in that little cove there. So that's what's fun about a little amphibian like this. So he comes around the corner here. I've never done this before. I've come in from the other side. So you just kind of come along here. You can see that the satellite has a little trouble picking up the shrubs here. So he could have gone up that canyon, and that may be it. That may be Portuguese Cove right there. But if it isn't, and this one right here goes out into the lake, yeah. And this one, yeah, they just came around in here, and they ended up going in this little canyon right here. They needed to make the left turn. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna bring in flaps, full flap. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go out and around. I'm gonna climb out of here right now. Let's see if we can do that. Flaps up. This is probably what happened to him right here. This is exactly what happened. So what I was about to show, and I'll show it in the next clip, is how the aircraft could possibly take off and just climb straight out in the canyon. I believe he made a left turn and not a right turn, but either turn. either turn is fatal. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll be back to show you what happens when you take off from